Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Eddie Hearn explodes on Deontay Wilder. Pause. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. IFL TV, shout out to them, did an interview with Eddie Hearn, and he erupts on Deontay Wilder. Let me give you guys the backstory. According to Eddie Hearn, there's rumors that Deontay Wilder is no longer coming to watch live from ringside in Cardiff the Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua fight. This is what Eddie Hearn had to say in response to Wilder possibly not coming. You want to talk about that geezer Deontay Wilder? Oh, and Eddie Hearn, he got Gangsta. He was mad. You want to talk about that geezer Deontay Wilder who wants to fight with Anthony Joshua so bad, and now he's talking about not coming to Cardiff? Are you a joke? You got the entire world media in Cardiff. You got Dillian White at ringside. You've got Joshua to build the fight to astronomical levels, and you want to sit on your backside for a fight you want so bad? Don't give me that bullshit. You're using Anthony Joshua's name. Wilder's being paid by Sky a lot of money to come work for them this weekend. Dillian White's there. Anthony Joshua's there. I want to get in the ring. Bullshit. Don't talk about the fights if you have no intention of taking them. You've got two fighters, Anthony Joshua and Dillian White, that will take his belt. All right? That's coming from Eddie Hearn. So, makes for good TV, sounds good, but we don't believe you. You need more people. This is why I don't believe what Eddie Hearn is saying. First of all, I haven't heard confirmation that Wilder will or won't be there. I haven't heard this, so I don't know where he's getting this information. Maybe Sky Sports got a phone call from Team Wilder and said he wasn't coming. I don't know. They might be privy to something that I'm not aware of. But either way, you got to look at it. Like, just really open your minds on some Total Recall. Open your mind. You got to do like Quado. Open your mind. Listen. Eddie Hearn and Joshua both agreed on SkySports.com in an interview that they had that Wilder would not be allowed in the ring, right? Luis Ortiz fought Daniel Martz, and Wilder came to that fight. Obviously, that's in America. That was in Miami, I think. And he said Luis Ortiz wanted to fight, so he pulled up. And then he got in the ring. It made for great TV. There was an argument that ensued. Boom. What was Wilder's next fight? A dangerous, tough fight with Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis Ortiz didn't say, hey, you can't get in the ring, right? You listen to the Gloves Are Off special. Once again on Sky Sports. The one with Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker sitting at a table with Johnny Nelson. And Johnny Nelson asked AJ, hey, there's rumors that Tyson Fury may walk out Joseph Parker. What do you think about that? What do you got to say about that? You know what I mean? And he may get in the ring. You know, he's unpredictable. AJ responds something to the effect of, I'll punch him back outside of the ring. Right? So you say that statement when it comes to Tyson Fury, who's actually taller than and bigger, like weight-wise, than Deontay Wilder. But when it came to Wilder, it was just like, no, I don't like the fake hype. If you don't have a signed contract, you're not getting in the ring. You didn't say nothing about Tyson Fury. The only way he's allowed in the ring is if he has a signed contract. Otherwise, it's fake hype. None of that. You just said, oh, okay, he want to get in the ring? I'm going to punch him out of the ring. So now Eddie Hearn's pissed allegedly at a rumor that Deontay Wilder may not show up and may not work because his plan was foiled. You remember those episodes of Scooby-Doo where Scooby-Doo and the gang, they were on some island, and at the end it's the big reveal. Someone has a Halloween mask and the cops have them apprehended, and the cops are like, rip the mask off. And then it's like, oh, it's Mr. Johnson from the library, right? And then you see like everybody on the island that was being terrorized, it was because of this dude that they knew. The gang all knew this dude, but they didn't know he was the one behind it. That's the big reveal from the Scooby-Doo. Shout out to cartoons. Shout out to Scooby-Doo. Right? And what does the guy say? The villain, Mr. Johnson. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you mangy kids. He's angry. Mr. Johnson is mad. He's angry. I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you mangy kids. Right? You know why he's mad? Because his plans were thwarted. That's why I haven't seen Eddie Hearn get real like warm-blooded and hot in an interview like this, at least in a while. That's why. Because if Deontay Wilder, if he doesn't show up, right, then that it hurts his plan. Because his plan was, this is how you know what I'm going to say. Since Lucas Brown got knocked smooth the fuck out by Dillian White, you keep hearing more chatter from Eddie Hearn about Deontay Wilder and Dillian White. Listen to this interview. The first name out of his mouth is always Dillian White. He says, "Are you a joke? You got the entire media. Woom. You've got Dillian White at ringside." Then he says, "You got Joshua." Right? He says, "Wilder, he's being paid a lot of money from Sky to come work. Dillian White's there. Anthony Joshua's there." That's because there's certain processes in the brain that trigger that. That's because that's heavy on his mind. He's trying to make Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder. And if you guys come in the comment section, bullshit, just go look. Go listen to Sky Sports interviews or recent interviews. He already has a plan in his mind. He's already mentioned, maybe even a month ago or greater, that AJ may come to the Barclays to fight Gerald Miller, depending on how they look. We're going to see how AJ looks this week if he beats Joseph Parker. And then on the Danny Jacobs card, you have Gerald Miller next month, right? So these are the plans. But if Deontay Wilder does a no-show and doesn't come, then you can't do what you... It's like, let's say there's an employee and he knows he's about to get fired. This is just a random example, but an employee, he works at Best Buy and he knows he's about to get fired, so he don't come to work. So that's going to piss off the people at HR and the store manager because they want to fire him, get through the paperwork and get finished. But if he don't come, then that just prolongs it. And to be honest, I don't blame Deontay Wilder if he doesn't come because the setup is in. You hear it. Eddie Hearn keeps saying Dillian White's name first because that's probably what's heavy on his mind. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand these things, right? You keep saying, "Oh, Dillian's going to be ringside," but the whole world wants to see Joshua Wilder. So you mention AJ after as filler, but in the past, in recent memory, Joshua said, "Hey, no contract, don't get in the ring," and Eddie Hearn agreed with that. So Deontay Wilder, if he doesn't show, which again I can't corroborate that, I haven't heard anything about him doing a no-show and turning down the Sky Sports job. Who cares? Listen, you know. The thing about pocket watching and like talking about other people's money, you got to look at it like this. Eddie Hearn, obviously he makes money, but he's talking about, oh, Sky Sports is throwing them a bag. They're making all this money. They're trying to offer him all this money, and he may no show. But the thing about money is this. If Sky Sports is offering him all this much money, and Wilder does decide, which I don't know, does decide not to come, then obviously he feels comfortable financially because there's nobody on earth in America or the UK who's going to be broke as hell sitting at the home, you know what I mean? And they need money, and then all they have to do is talk about a sport that they compete in and a sport that they love with free airfare, and they're going to be like, "No, I'm not going to take it." You know what I mean? So you're only going to be as like loyal as your options. If you flat broke, then that's what it is. So if Wilder doesn't show and he chooses not to accept the money, then you have to just understand. Then that means his money must be cool enough where he doesn't have to pick up that job. I've had times where I do video editing and stuff like that, and I'm swamped, and someone's like, hey, can you shoot my music video? You know what I mean? I'll give you whatever. And it could be a good amount of money. But I'm so busy already that would actually make my life harder. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain jobs you could turn down. You know what I mean? If Will Smith, he's comfortable, Netflix offered him a bag and he's making a lot of money, and then someone else offers him to be the star in the movie and they offer him a good sum of money, I don't mean you're going to take it, especially if you're already cool. So, I mean, all that Eddie Hearn saying, oh, he turned down all this money. You're only going to turn down money if you got it like that, period. But anyway, the main thing is Eddie Hearn, obviously, he wants to build excitement for Dillian Whyte. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if he's in touch with Dillian Whyte's team and crew and tells them to, you know what I mean, run up on. Remember when Deontay Wilder and Tony Bellew got on it? I remember waking up and everyone was talking about that. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder's brother and Wilder, they were yelling at Tony Bellew and his camp. That's probably what Eddie Hearn was hoping for. But if Wilder doesn't show, then you can't do that. That's why he's like, oh, you got the whole world watching. That don't matter because you know he's after AJ. And Eddie Hearn's also saying stuff to the effect of, oh, Klitschko, he really wanted to fight. Joseph Parker wanted to fight. I don't believe that either. I think Deontay Wilder really wants to fight also. But you're putting more obstacles in front of him, like Dillian Whyte. WBC ain't said shit. I report on boxing. To my knowledge, they haven't said shit about Wilder must fight his mandatory Dillian Whyte by, you know what I mean, July 15th. I ain't seen that. So the one right now, in the here and now, that's pushing that is not the WBC. It's the Hearn BC. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that is pushing the Dillian Whyte to happen next. Wilder wants to fight AJ. He's made that abundantly clear. So it's crazy what's going on. But we'll see. Maybe Wilder shows up. Maybe he doesn't. We're going to find out shortly. We also have to see how Dillian Whyte, what he decides to do if Tyson Fury jumps in the ring, and the outcome of AJ versus Parker. But this is almost I don't know the word for it, but you know how they have damage control when a celebrity does something bad and like hits his girlfriend and the pictures leak and stuff like that. This is like reverse damage control where you see Wilder not coming, so you're gonna try to get the UK on the side, making it like he's foolish and he doesn't make sense for not coming and he's missing a hell of an opportunity. But I strongly believe that if he doesn't come, the real reason is because he's not entertaining the bullshit. He's already been exiled from the ring. Don't get in the ring. His team probably knows behind the scenes that there's no contract. You know what I mean? Even Lou DiBella, he says, I hope it happens next, but I don't think it happens next. You know what I mean? So his whole team's aware that they're not trying to make it next, and they're trying to prolong it a bit longer. So he's like, what's the point of going? And just how it's just like, the game is so funny. Y'all got to look at this point. Eddie Hearn says that Wilder, oh, you really want to fight? Bullshit. You're just using Anthony Joshua's name because he's the A side, which is a fact. AJ is the A side over Wilder, in my opinion. But the funny thing is, Eddie Hearn is using AJ as his cash cow, right? The A side. But he's doing the same thing with Dillian Whyte because nobody is talking about Dillian Whyte facing Deontay Wilder next. Dillian Whyte can fight Luis Ortiz. He could fight Dominic Breazeale. He could fight Alexander Povetkin. He could fight Gerald Miller if he gets past his next fight. And those are great fights. And then beat someone like that and fight Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? Beat someone, derail his prospect status. Fight someone like that, and then people would be like, okay, now he's ready for a title shot. So basically Hearn's saying that AJ, his name is being used and Wilder's using his name to piggyback off it. You could say the same could be said because obviously as a champion, Dillian Whyte is not the A side over Deontay Wilder. So you could say the same thing. Eddie Hearn's using Deontay Wilder's name to boost up Dillian Whyte's shot. Dillian Whyte to to plummet him into a title shot. It goes both ways. Yes, AJ is the A side over Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder is a champion in the A side over Dillian Whyte. So now you're trying to hype up this Dillian Whyte fight, so you could say Dillian Whyte and you are piggybacking off the Wilder brand to make that fight that no one's checking for, like they're checking for AJ versus Deontay Wilder. Boom. Let me know what you guys think. Eddie Hearn's plan definitely backfired if Wilder doesn't show up. I haven't had any confirmation of that. And to me, that's why he's mad, because he was going to use that, like I said, to piggyback to build the Dillian Whyte fight. Just listen to his words. That's why he keeps saying, hey, why are you not going to show? You got Dillian Whyte ringside? Like, why didn't you say, hey, you got Joshua in the ring? And then bring up Dillian Whyte later. You brought it up because that's what's on your mind. That's what you want to make next. And if you don't believe me, it's not just this one interview. Do the research. Like Kanye West said, you ain't been doing the education. Hey, I will say this. I like when you UK dudes be getting mad because y'all be using words that I don't even know, like what's going on anymore. You're a shit house and shots bollocks. Eddie Hearn wasn't having it. He was like, bullshit, your bum's gone. Like, bum's gone? Bum's gone? We're like, what? I think bullshit. Your bum's gone. Smash the like button. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.